Hey friend, welcome to Moms Always Eat Last. And in this episode, I welcome you into a new chapter of my work, a new chapter of my voice, and a new chapter of this community. If you've been with me for a while, you'll notice something different today. This is the official launch of the rebrand of Imperfect Momming. And I want to share with you why this name change matters, why it's intentional, and why it speaks to a deeper healing work that so many moms are hungry for. Moms Always Eat Last isn't just a new catchy title for a podcast. It's a new identity. It's a new conversation. It's a new way of talking about the messy, beautiful truth of motherhood without shame, without guilt, and without pretending we're doing okay when our nervous system is screaming at us to rest, to be nourished, to be seen, to finally have permission to breathe.
Welcome to Moms Always Eat Last, a movement, a reminder, and a revolution of love. I'm Alicia Lyons, founder of Lyons Heart Healing, and this space was created for every mother who has spent years putting herself at the bottom of the list. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that love means sacrifice, that being a good mom means giving until there's nothing left. But the truth is, your peace, your joy, and your wholeness are not luxuries. They are your birthright. Each week, we explore what it means to release guilt and overwhelm without adding more to your to-do list. We talk about identity, boundaries, healing, and the quiet ways we remember who we are beneath the expectations and invisible labor we carry. This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about coming home to yourself. Because when a mother heals, generations heal with her. So take a breath, take your seat, and let's begin.
Before we dive in, I want you to pause wherever you are. Just soften your shoulders, drop your jaw, let your breath sink in just a little bit deeper into your body. You don't need to perform for me. You don't need to hold it together. You don't need to be strong. You can just show up exactly as you are. Before we get into all the juiciness, I want to address the elephant in the room. It's been about 6 months since I posted a new podcast episode, and these last 6 months have had some ups, downs, and all arounds. It's been on the back of my mind. I've been thinking about it, but I wasn't sure where I was going with the podcast, with my business, with how I was supporting moms. I wanted to get really clear before I was putting out content just for the sake of putting out content, because I wanted to practice what I preach. I didn't want to be pouring from an empty cup. So for the last 6 months, that's what I've been doing, honoring the things that light me up, figuring out what I wanted to talk about, who I was talking to, and the best way to serve from my overflowing cup. My last 6 months were exactly what this podcast is about, figuring out who you are inside and outside of motherhood, coming into alignment with yourself, figuring out what that means, learning how to put down the invisible weight we've all been carrying. I want to share with you how Moms Always Eat Last came about. Last week, I was making burgers for my son, his friend, and myself. While the burgers were grilling on the George Foreman, I went to toast the buns. And the toaster only had space for 2 sets of buns. My default thought was, I'll make mine last. There was nothing wrong with that thought on its own. Of course, it makes more sense to make theirs first. But it was the next thought that stopped me in my tracks. Mom always eats last. As soon as I heard the thought, I knew it was a book title. I've been writing since I could put 2 sentences together, and Moms Always Eat Last is pretty freaking catchy. I sat down to start writing this book, and within 2 days, I had my first draft. 2 days. Because this wasn't just a book. It was the accumulation of the last 5 years of coaching and the last 14 years of motherhood. And then I sat down with my good friend ChatGPT to ask how I could promote my book. And Chat, being the good friend that it is, told me that this book was more than just a book. It was a movement. And I felt that in my bones. I want to create a movement. That's what I want to do with my coaching. That's what I want to do with this podcast. And that's what I want to do with this community. So I created my Facebook group. I changed the name of the podcast. And now I'm editing the book that I'm hoping to release in the next couple of months. This show is for moms who feel like they can't breathe. It's for moms who have sacrificed so much of herself that she forgets who she is. It's for the mom who doesn't know how to stop surviving. It's for the mom who wants peace so badly, but feels guilt even for entertaining the thought. It's for the mom who quietly eats last every single day. I want to dive into those stories mothers are telling themselves about why they have to eat last. I want to dig into how moms, without realizing it, give away their power. I want to explore why moms feel the need to sacrifice themselves before even considering if they have the capacity. Moms always eat last emotionally. They eat last by giving away their power, by believing they need to be everything for everyone. They put everyone else's needs above their own. They sacrifice their dreams, wishes, desires, and even their bodies to hold space for everyone else's needs. Moms eat last by never allowing themselves to ask for what they need, by holding their tongues even when it feels painful to stay silent. Moms care for everyone before they allow themselves to consider their own need for support. Support is the word I want you to feel about this podcast. Support is the word I want you to feel inside your motherhood. I don't believe we were supposed to do momhood alone. The happiest times in my motherhood were the times when I had support. Friends, family, my mom, my partner. I had support coming out of my ears in the beginning, and I didn't know how to be grateful for it. It wasn't until I got divorced that I realized what it felt like not to have support. That time in my life that I refer to as the pit of despair was the time I felt like I had to do it all alone. And if that's where you are inside of your motherhood journey, I want to encourage you to join our Facebook group, Moms Always Eat Last. It might be virtual support for now, but we're going to learn how to find support in your daily life because we used to have community. We used to have a tribe. We were never meant to do this alone. Inside this podcast and the community and the Facebook group, I want to have conversations that nourish your soul, that soften into your body, that allow you to gently come home to yourself. In the episodes to come, we're going to dive into my peace framework. We're going to learn about the mirror method to gently become aware of the stories that you're telling yourself as a mom that are keeping you stuck. We'll learn how to crack open the guilt and what's hiding beneath it. We'll look at boundaries, resentments, identity, and the silent suffering so many moms are dealing with. We'll dive into your body. We'll learn how your nervous system collides with the stories you're telling yourself to create the life you're living. And we'll learn how to change the pattern. And I'm hoping we'll have so much fun while we do it. Motherhood is beautiful, joyous, playful. There are pieces of ourselves we forgot about when we entered motherhood, pieces that don't just go away because we're moms. And in every single episode, we'll learn how to put ourselves back on the list. If this message is resonating with you, share this podcast with a mama who needs to hear that she matters. And if you're ready to come home to yourself, you can join me over at Moms Always Eat Last on Facebook, where we are creating a life that feels good, one breath at a time. Until we meet again, keep healing. Bye, guys.
Thank you for joining me for Moms Always Eat Last. Before you go, take a moment to breathe and remember, your worth isn't measured by how much you give, but by how deeply you live. Our power as mothers isn't found in shaping our children to fit the world. It's found in shaping ourselves into the women we want them to see. When we heal, they learn what healing looks like. When we rest, they learn that rest is allowed. When we remember who we are, they remember too. So keep choosing yourself, not as an act of rebellion, as an act of love. Because peace isn't a luxury, it's your birthright. I'm Alicia Lyons, founder of Lyons Heart Healing. You can learn more about this movement and my work at alicialyons.com. Until next time, keep putting mom back on the list. Keep taking your seat and keep remembering who you